space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the designer and the writer, their continuing mission to create strange new worlds, to design new logos and write new stories, to boldly go where no one has gone before.
Welcome back to the designer and the writer. We are back like we never left. I'm your host, Creative Bobbie, and I am a designer.
And I am TJ Tooley, and I'm a writer.
We designing, we writing, and on this episode, we're going to tackle a little coffee shop in the world of Star Trek. Because when you're out there, exploring, exploration, space, the final frontier, so when you're on that frontier, you gotta be caffeinated, you gotta have the energy up, so we were talking about having a coffee brand for, Starfleet Command, because how you gonna command if you're sleepy, it's just not gonna work out like that. So looking at the logo for Starfleet Command is, it's an iconic logo. Like, even if you don't watch Star Trek, you'll see, you'll recognize the logo. So TJ, give me your thoughts on what would you do for a coffee type brand for Starfleet Command?
Yeah, so when we first started talking about this and conceptualizing this, we were talking about it being something that is a taste of home for the Federation, really, because this is a United Earth-based company. It may even be specific to Starfleet and the Federation. And so I want to, much in the same way that we did with our Green Lantern company, kind of keep it in that world. I think that there's a way to incorporate elements of the Federation logos and maybe even the Academy's logos and color schemes to kind of give it that familiar feeling, and also make it feel cohesive to the overall branding of Starfleet in general. I mean, there's, you could look at all of the things from United Earth, you could look at the Federation of Planets, you can look at all of the things that are represented, because it is more than just this one, it's more than just San Francisco at this point. However, that is where a lot of them got their steps. So I think looking that way, it's a way to, forgive the pun, ground the logo and the overall design. And I want to really home in on that, because when you're floating through space on a ship for years, decades, centuries, who knows, whatever star date it is that you leave and whatever date you come back, of the feeling that, like, because we're way off in terms of, there's probably pills, patches, injections, mist that you could take that would achieve the caffeination goal and helping you stay up. This is about feeling. It's about the emotions. It's about relaxing and being yourself and just escaping for a little bit. So I want to hone in on all of that for the Federation. I think it would be a very important thing for them.
I agree. And I love how deeply you've thought about this. So we're creating a caffeination station, if you will, yes, for the people. So visually, the arrow, it's very iconic. And then when you're thinking about, because this is the thing about creating a brand for anything, first you look up, creating a coffee shop brand, so you look up other coffee shop brands. So, and the way I think is, I want to do something that can stand next to those things, but is also different, because you don't want to okay, it could be easy, just slap a coffee cup on there and write Starfleet Coffee and call it a day. But I'm thinking more so we keep the regal nature of it, so it seems like it belongs to the Starfleet Academy, but do something different, whether the the smoke from the hot coffee might turn into the arrow. Or maybe you have, maybe go a planetary thing where you have the planet there and you have like, maybe like you turn the planet into like a coffee bean and you have the ship going around the coffee bean. Like anything visually or any other thoughts you have as far as like an idea for this brand?
Yeah, the easiest one that I can think of is the overhead view of a coffee mug with the milk making that shield logo. Um, and I looked up some names that just to make sure things that exist are not things we try. So there is already a company called Admiral's Choice. So we can't do that. That's a tobacco company. And then Flagship Coffee is actually an IRL coffee company as well. So I'm gonna steer away from those. And in my prep, I actually did come up with something I'm very, very proud of. And so I want to talk you through a little bit of the elements I wanted to incorporate that led me to my final name recommendation. There's certain words, key phrases, buzzwords, if you would, that make people think of Starfleet and the Federation. So yeah, like you said, we could do Federation coffee if we wanted to, or Starfleet coffee, but that feels more expected. That feels more, for lack of a better phrase, like kind of government. It's like, this is Starfleet's coffee. What do you don't need more than that. So I want to use words like, or I was wanting to use words like maybe like Starfleet, Starship is cool. United Earth is cool because it could be like, this is the whole Earth, because that was a big deal in the history of the United Earth, obviously. You have certain militaristic ranks. You have your cadets, your ensigns, whatever, admirals, and then you have some other elements. But the one that I kept coming back to was the bridge, the bridge logo, because if you look at the Academy's logo, they have the Golden Gate Bridge because they're in San Francisco. They're actually across the bay from San Francisco. There's the hub, and then there's the actual Academy. But I digress. The bridge. And another cool thing about Starfleet is the ship where the captain is and where the pilots are, and so it's also the bridge. So I think that there could be something there with maybe like bridging a ship and Earth or something. But even then, I wanted to hone in on the Academy, because so many people, we want to open these shops at the Academy too, but having them on all of their ships, this is going to be that reminder of home. And for them, anyone who's ever been gone to college or been at a high school that they really like, you have school pride, you have history there, and that's kind of one of the things that ties you together. And so I like the idea of really incorporating the Academy into the logo, and this is where I'm very, very proud of this. I have either something like San Francisco's original or Starfleet's own or Federation, whatever. But the big caption, the one that I'm real proud of, I want to call it Academy Grounds. Because coffee, the grounds of the Academy where you established yourself, where you called home, and the ground that you'll be ready to come back to someday. It's your little taste of the Academy, your little taste of home. And I think that that's something that people would really latch onto. I don't know if the right call is to go like San Francisco's original, San Francisco's own, or Starfleet's own, or United Earth's or Federation's, whatever. But I loved when I heard the words Academy Grounds in my head. Hey, cool. Premium caffeine. I like it.
Premium. I had to
Premium.
work with the wording and the kerning, as the pros say, as far as like getting it
Sure.
even on either side, because I could have done circles like, Starbucks and all of them, but like coffee mugs have a handle typically. So I wanted to include the handle in there. And I think it works really well. So I took so basically the idea that we were talking about, and you brought up like having something like having the overhead shot of a coffee mug, and then having that, be a design that's in the coffee. But then also infusing it with the Star Trek, emblem reference there. And then of course the Academy grounds, which I mean, just
Thank you.
chef's kiss.
Thank you.
Chef's kiss on this. And I also did like some mock-ups here. So that's
Nice.
Got the coffee cup, you got the coffee grounds there. I don't know if they'll offer tea because I'm more of a tea guy, but I'm sure they'll have like some teas available. And then we have, the shirt for the workers. The workers got
I like that.
Got a rep Academy grounds here. And then I really like how this next thing worked out, because sometimes brands want to transcend their market. Sometimes you want to not just be a coffee shop. Maybe you want to be a clothing brand. Maybe you want people to be wearing your stuff, giving you that free promo because it's also stylish. So boom.
Hey, I like that.
So give me your impressions of the Academy grounds branding.
I like it. I enjoy you went for what I threw at you. The overhead shot of a mug. I think that looks really good. I really like this t-shirt. I agree with you. That's pretty strong. I like that it has the feeling that it's connected to the shield logo and the stars and space. It fits with the branding without being just the brand. I like that. I think that's cool. It feels like it belongs, and that's what I think. At the end of the day, I think that's what's most important. I do like it a lot. I would wear that shirt.
Nice. Yeah, like when I make stuff like this, I want people to get the reference, but I also don't want to just be like, hey, I just took the regular logo that already exists and put a new text on it, and surprise, here's a new thing. Like I wanted it to be, and then like the mock-ups allow me to kind of paint a picture, and then your name it just works so well.
I love that name. I think it's great. The main brand, it's good, it's solid. And I like the brown. I'm also envisioning the shirt in the different colors of the uniform shirts.
Exactly.
You could put it on anything, really. Be like, yeah, today I'm wearing my engineering Academy grounds shirt or something. It could be fun. But no, I like it. It's strong.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, TJ, once again, I want to thank you for your assistance in this branding effort here. And, those that are watching, let us know in the comment section down below what you think of what we did. Also, is there another franchise that we should tackle? We are, open for suggestions. We're ready to rock. And remember, as you're going in life, teach as you learn and inspire as you do. See y'all next time. Live long and prosper. Boom. TJ, you're always on point. You're always on point. The assignment, you understand it.